In 2021, Kenya's Karan Patel was among 3 Kenyan drivers who finished in the top 10 of the WLC Safari Rally when the event returned to the country for the first time after 19 years. Onkar Rai, Karan Patel and veteran rally driver Carl Tundo finished in the top 3 of the WLC2 category.
As an experience, one of the hardest, one of the greatest, one of the most, I think, emotional weekends I've ever experienced. And to come away with the win and get WRC points, our name's there now in the news, in the history, so maybe I can retire. No, that won't happen anytime soon.
But Karan has failed to replicate this success. He was plagued by mechanical problems during the last 2 editions.
Today we started off with let's say a clutch system packed with dust, so we had to change that in the first service. We left quite late out of service, so we got a penalty for that. And then going into the second loop, not sure how, but obviously the cars are taking a lot of beating in this event, a lot of jumps and ditches and everything, so one of the drive shafts broke. Obviously, as we continued driving through the stage, that drive shaft must have damaged other things around the area that it's in. So eventually the car just switched off on transport, and then our days ended that way.
But this year, the reigning African champion returns with a wealth of experience, eyeing a top spot in the WLC2 class.
Very excited again. It's always a prestigious event to participate in, and obviously we are getting ourselves known in that field of the World Rally team. So I'm still hoping and praying for something to come our way where we get like a works drive in a WRC2 team, in a factory team. Yeah, it's really the opportunity to perform. It's the only chance we get. So WRC will be flat out, and prove it, or go home and not go with any points at all.
Karan also plans to defend his African Rally Championship title later in the year. Simon Gunia, CGTN.
Well, another East African driver, Yasin Naser from Uganda, is aiming to become the first driver to win the National Rally Championships of 3 East African countries. Last year, he won the Ugandan and Tanzanian National Rally titles, and he's aiming to add the Kenyan Championship to his collection this season. Naser is targeting a solid drive at this year's WRC Safari Rally. Leonce Nyange has that report.
Uganda's rally champion Yasin Naser cannot wait to get back to winning ways. His biggest test in his Kenyan quest is just around the corner. Yasin will compete in the 2024 World Rally Championship Safari Rally this month in the Kenyan Savannah.
Pretty exciting, and a lot of fear in it as well. It's one of the biggest events that a driver would want to drive in his long-term or short-term career. For me, it's a bit short.
For Yasin, the Safari Rally will be a chance to rub shoulders with some of the world's best, like WRC Championship leader Thierry Neuville and current world champion Kale Rovampera.
The experience itself is enough to go out there and see what others are doing physically, and you are with them, and meeting them and catching up 2 or 3 advices from them on how they manage to do as drivers and navigators at the same time,
The WRC Safari Rally will count as the second round of the Kenya National Rally Championship. Yasin is currently third in this year's standings after the opening round. The Kenya Safari Rally is so demanding that pre-event preparation is key. Beyond fixing the nuts and bolts, knowing how the car will perform on the rough terrain is important. There's been plenty to learn for Yasin and his crew after previous participations. The Safari Rally runs on unforgiving roads. The weather too is unpredictable.
You might find everything that turns around in those stages. We have it's expected to be a wet rally, but also some quite dry and long stages. So yeah, it's going to be totally different from what we've been doing for the past 1 year.
The battle on the dirt roads will see the Ugandan driver challenge African and Kenya rally champions Karan Patel and Carl Tundo in a contest that could spice up the fight for continental bragging rights on the global stage. Overall, the camaraderie of the event could be one that leaves a lasting memory. Leon Senyange, CGTN, Kampala, Uganda.